Episode 43, I think.
I'm not gonna guess the episode like I did last week. I'm just gonna wing it.
You splash this rock star, my friend.
I'd love it.
Here,
How's everyone doing out there?
That.
Hope everyone's doing mighty fine. I'm sure Sco's could be doing better. Well, how was court?
That was fun. I don't want to talk about that on the podcast.
Okay. All right. Well,
but it's cool. Everything's straight.
Sweet. I was under the impression, you got caught beating off on the Caltrans going to Giants game.
Yeah.
Something fucking ridiculous.
It was 200 yards from a school, so it was like it was heavy.
Heavy.
You know what I mean? It was heavy charges. Nah, come on, guys.
You're not that kind of guy.
Nah, not at all.
What's going on here?
Not at all. No. So we've been it's been like a week and a half, right, since we did this.
Well, last week. No, we did Tuesday last week.
Oh, nice.
You know
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
So you want to get straight into Kanye losing his fucking mind?
When does he not lose his mind?
I mean, yeah, but this is kind of
him wearing a MAGA hat, make America great again.
Fucking insane, dude. The crazy thing is, did you see the TMZ freestyle?
No, not at all.
So he was like freestyling, and he's like, "Oh, I have to teach my kids about white dominance and shit." It's like, you're wearing the official hat of white dominance. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? So that's Kanye's problem, man. He thinks he transcends every issue, and he lives in this fucking bubble.
I got somebody that could debate this with you, though, and you know what I'm saying? Maybe have some clean points.
That's fine.
My boy Nick J out there, you know what I'm saying?
He's always been a Kanye fan.
He's huge. He's huge with Kanye. He broke something down to me as far as how the Yeezys jumped over the Jumpman, and it kind of made sense.
I don't know. They're a good product, yeah.
I'd hate to. I mean, that's a bad comparison. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but then Chance the Rapper tweeted, "Not every black person has to be a Republican. A Democrat."
But Chance is not. Come on, Chance is a.
He's the voice.
He's not going to jump
voice
off
of the inner city youth
anyone.
for a little while.
Not
right?
really. Not really. Everyone says he's an industry plant.
Oh shit! Damn.
I don't know. Who was it? Joe Budden, I think, said he makes like kids bop version of hip hop.
I won't take Joe Budden's opinion for it because Joe Budden is.
Joe Budden.
He's a what is he now? He's not a rapper anymore. What is he? He's a
media guy,
personality,
yeah.
Right? No, I don't know. I mean, what do you think about that though? What do you think? Do you think, every person of color or every minority group, whether it be, transgender, from whatever background, Mexican, black, do you think that they should automatically just be pinpointed to one group or one political group?
Definitely not.
I didn't want to talk politics on this thing ever again.
Yeah.
So it's
but I mean, to keep it simple, no, I don't. Okay. I'm not a Democrat. I'm registered independent. Always will be. The thing is, there's one party that's clearly not in everyone's best interest. And there's one party that's the only threat to them. Mm-hmm. So I think every good person has to just rock with Democrats right now. You know what I mean? If we could, get the big money out of politics, repeal Citizens United. If we could do all that shit, then a real conservative party should pop up.
I don't think
Republican Party's been hijacked. You know what I mean?
So is the Democratic Party, though, wouldn't you say?
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, I think definitely. We've talked about it before. You sort of have to play the game a little bit. The thing is, a lot of Democrats are way more about compromise. So they will listen to big business. They will listen to corporations, but that doesn't mean they're towing the line for the corporations. You know what I mean? We talked about that before. But anyway, no, I don't think you have to be Democrat. I think that statement from Chance is not a wrong statement or a bad statement. It's just the timing of it.
Okay,
to justify the fuck shit that Kanye's doing.
But would you say that they should definitely not be Republican?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So then, I mean, as far as like the political parties we have right now, we have a Green Party, right?
Yeah.
We have a Democratic Party. We have a
There's a
Republican
bunch.
Party,
I mean,
right?
there's like,
So when Chance was saying,
little ones.
so when Chance said, not every black person has to be a Democrat.
Yeah.
Do you think he was talking about them being the Green Party? I don't think he meant
No,
that.
of course not. But like I said, his statement, I don't think is wrong. It's just the timing of it is stupid.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the thing. I don't know. What do you feel about Kanye doing this? You haven't said how you feel.
I'm just asking opinions. I don't really give a fuck. I think it's definitely a way for him to step out into the spotlight and get attention shined on him.
But he could have did that talking shit to Trump, like Eminem did.
Yeah, but that,
what I mean?
But that the light that was shined on Eminem lasted for about 5 days. It was like a brief minute.
It's only been a couple days of Kanye so far. But I'm saying, imagine if Kanye all of a sudden out of nowhere dropped a "fuck Donald Trump" track. You don't think that would have been huge?
I don't think they'd be friends anymore.
Well, of course not. He shouldn't be friends with him. Like, Donald Trump's obviously using him as a pawn.
I think Donald Trump's being used as a pawn. Dude.
Donald Trump, he is too.
So,
but he's using they're all using Kanye as a pawn. They all hated Kanye before. Now all of a sudden they love Kanye. The Russian bots are going crazy pro Kanye.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It's just like they're using him as a puppet and he's dancing. It's fucking it. The shocking thing is that Kanye was supposed to be the people's champ. You know what I mean? He was he built his whole career on being like the regular everyday. He wasn't a thug. You know what I mean?
He's a backpack artist.
Yeah, he came out like he's repping for like the regular people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was the people's champ.
Sure.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Sure doesn't.
You know what I mean? Jesus walks, diamonds from Sierra Leone.
Right.
Like he was woke. He was with Black Star and Common on Dave Chappelle's Block Party and Lauryn Hill, all this shit, right?
You know what all this ties into?
What?
He then married a Kardashian.
I'm not gonna blame it. I think they're trying to distance themselves from Kanye right now.
No, you didn't see the tweet after that though. He tweeted out that my wife
called him, right?
Called me and told me.
She's freaking out too.
But
like,
he even said though in that tweet, he said, "Not everything he does, not everything Trump does, I agree with. Hell, I don't agree with a lot of what anybody does except what I do."
Yeah, I've said that before too.
So I mean,
like I said, that makes sense. Running around in a "Make America Great Again" hat, rapping about white dominance, that doesn't make sense. That makes zero fucking sense. You're literally rapping about what you're wearing, but he thinks, I'm Kanye, I transcend this, I'm a god. So he's like, I can do this, and it doesn't mean anything. It means love. It's like, no, sorry, not every.
I think a stunt is a stunt. I think publicity, notoriety, or you know what I mean, when you fall down a couple levels, you know what I'm saying, from, being on people's lips. Yeah. I think, someone similar to Kanye would step out and do something like this to get the light shined on him. That's just,
I mean, it's possible.
Doesn't he have an album coming out pretty soon?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This would be an opportune time to start having a debate with people about why he's, befriended someone like Donald Trump, who, is talking about building walls or is building a wall, you know what I'm saying, for Mexico and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not, me personally, shit, I don't have a dog in the race.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just asking people's opinions about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't, if I could be, in any party besides Republican or Democrat, this, I would probably be that party. You know what I'm saying? Besides Green Party, I don't think, I mean, they don't really have a leg to stand on, but I don't, my views on it. So
no, definitely.
It's a little weird.
I just, I don't think it's a publicity thing. I mean, a little bit, but he didn't be like, oh, I'm going to support Donald Trump for publicity. That just happened to be what it was about. And he was like, I'm going to go back on Twitter. I'm going to just say my thoughts. And I just, honestly, I think he's in a wonderland. Like, I think he lives in a fucking bubble. He doesn't understand
Calabasas bubble.
And he doesn't understand that other people aren't living that same way. They can't just get up and do whatever the fuck they want and design shoes all day. You know what I mean?
They kind of can.
Not really.
I mean, they can. They could be broke.
No, I know, but then you still have the realities of life knocking at your door, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He could be in his Calabasas mansion designing shoes for fucking 8 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's fine.
Yeah.
It's cool. You know, and he, right. I think a lot like Donald Trump, he surrounds himself with yes men. It's like he just parted ways with his manager. So I'm sure because his manager was like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then so he fired him. Just like Trump. As soon as someone doesn't get along with what he's saying,
you're fired.
Toe the line, they're gone.
You're fired.
It's like Donald Trump's whole staff has been flipped in less than like a year.
He hasn't even filled the positions that he needed to fill. You know what I mean?
And I think Kanye does the same thing. He's just surrounded by yes men. And this is my history with Kanye. I used to hate on him back in the day. I was never into his music. I liked, All Falls Down was really good. Like, I loved that song. But then the few of his songs I didn't really like. I didn't like him. I wanted to hear some hard shit.
Right.
Like, sell some drugs, shoot some people in your music.
No, I didn't. I never wanted to.
You were never like that. But I always liked, like, the hard music. You know what I mean? So he just seemed corny to me. But then he won me over when he was talking about the creativity. So I totally understand, like, his militant creativity.
Right.
And, like we've talked about, one of my heroes is Walt Disney. And it was like the same way. Like, they were like, nah, I'm going to do this. I believe in this. And they put everything on the line for it, right? So I totally, like, dug that. So I became, like, a Kanye fan later on where I was like, oh, yeah, I really fuck with the vision, right?
Yeah.
And then now he turned on me, too.
I've been a Kanye fan since the beginning.
Most people have. I was one of the ones that wasn't. Like, shout out Fred. Fred used to always be at my house, like, downloading music. Like, we had to download music and burn CDs. He would download all this Kanye shit. I'm like, what is this shit, man? Get this out of here.
I'll remain a Kanye fan, though. I don't give a fuck about his political fucking stance. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about his political viewpoints, bro. I like his music. I like the way he puts shit together. I think he's fucking musical genius. I think he's fucking genius. And all geniuses are fucking nutty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just him playing a part, I don't think. I think that motherfucker is certified crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I think it's a mental health
So
thing.
It's like, I'm not really, I don't really.
I agree with the music. He is a genius. Even when literally, Fred used to download his songs when I had no idea who he was. Like, before he ever dropped, like, before Through the Wire, he would, like, download some shit. And a lot of times it would be wrong. He would say Kanye West. Like, he said that line, like, some of my plaques still say Kane.
Yeah.
It would, like, literally the MP3s would say Kanye West and shit.
Right.
So, like, back then I was just like, but he won me over with the, the creativity and the crazy stage shows and the crazy visions. And I loved all that. But you're right that most geniuses are off a little bit. But his is like I said, he's in this fucking bubble and he doesn't understand the shit he's supporting and talking about is oppression. And, like, Trump still hasn't tweeted about James Shaw. I hope I got the name right. The Waffle House hero. You know what I mean? He hasn't said a fucking word about that. Let that shooter be a Muslim or anyone with brown skin. Trump would have been going fucking off on Twitter. But the fact that the shooter was a white guy, the hero was a black guy, Trump is silent. He doesn't say a fucking word. So, like, for Kanye to not see that shit because he's in this fucking bubble, he doesn't see that Trump, try to say it was on both sides in Charlottesville. No, it was one side marching in the streets and ran people over. It was one side that did that. You know what I mean? So for him to support that, it's like over the line. And I swear to God, Kanye, you're going to have to shoot the fade if you ruin this Pusha T album.
To be honest though, exactly what, you know what I'm saying? Like reading what he said, like, I'm not, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to follow the mob on this one, or the mob's going to, you know what I mean? It's true right now. It's true. It was true on one end of the spectrum for a very long time that, thoroughbred, staunch, racist fucking Republicans were the mob, and they were going at people's heads, the president's heads. If you were a liberal, you know what I mean, a Democrat, they were going at your head. Yeah. But that role is reversed now, so I can kind of see people's viewpoints shifting because the left side liberals are turning into some fucking nutcases. So I can understand someone else stepping out and saying, you know what, my viewpoints, you know, plus this is my thing. And someone that lives in that kind of bubble, right, and is surrounded by yes men or fuck it, surrounded by people with money, your viewpoints kind of change. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't share the same the same friends. We don't share the same tee off time. We don't share, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not in that kind of element. So we don't know what's said. We don't know what kind of conversation Kanye had with Trump. Yeah. We don't know what kind of relationship they have. We don't know.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But we do know Donald Trump's relationships with almost everybody. And he uses almost everybody. He scams almost everybody. He's using Kanye as a fucking puppet, and Kanye's falling for it because he's in a fucking bubble.
I mean, I dig it, but going against the grain is a hard thing to do. And right now, going against the grain and being and actually saying, you know what, I'm for this president who's a fucking madman.
That's fine.
That's going against the grain though right now. And right now, you're even more subjected to people being distancing themselves from you. Yeah. Calling you a bigot piece of shit. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, fuck, dude.
But that's fine.
They're not, like, liberals are not, like left-leaning, far left are not, they're not leaving people with the opinion of being like, these are a crowd of people I can follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
It's like thought police, right? I get that. That's a whole, I think that's a whole different thing.
No. But it's so many layers into what you can and cannot say. Yeah. And
I mean, I don't agree with that.
Who you can say you agree with. Yeah. Without being subjected to. Yeah. You know, the Twitter police or the.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get that. But going against the grain in this instance, the grain is racism, systemic racism. Oppression, treating people fairly in this country. It shouldn't be easy to go with the grain on.
It shouldn't be, but it's weird because even when we have people in power and in place that are a part of the other political party, there's still not, you know, valid reasons to follow them because it's still systematic racism. It's still fucking, you know, black kids being shot in the streets. It's like, it doesn't, but
there's one side actively trying to fix it and trying to help it.
I don't believe that to be true. And I don't think a lot of the people
we've had this debate,
but that's, you know,
people, you know, like I said, people want to bow out and not.
And that's not, I don't think it's a bow out thing.
I think it is.
I don't think it's a bow out thing. I just think through time we've been shown exactly what the agendas are of these politicians.
That's not true because the other side never goes away. Even if one side's in power, the other side is still there. That's the reason, even if the worst of the worst white nationalists, white supremacists are in the White House, even if they wanted, they can't reenact slavery because the other side is still there.
We're living in days of slavery still. People are in jail for having a bag of weed and they're doing 15 years.
I know. That's a whole other thing. Can I finish my thing?
I just don't,
Is that cool? Obviously we know that. We've talked about that. But I'm saying that's like a diversion of what we're talking about.
But
I'm saying the other side is always there. So even if the Democrats are in power and you're saying, well, nothing gets changed because the other side is still there actively fighting it.
No, because Democrats are fucking rubbing shoulders with big pharma, big business and shit. We have epidemics of fucking, you know, pill popping animals out here because, you know.
But it's one side making most of the money off that. So,
well, I mean,
like I said, one side, even if they're in power, the other side is still there. That's why when Republicans are in power, it's not fucking slavery's back, no government, just all no same-sex marriage. No, they can't just do all that just because they're in power, because the other side is still there. Same with the opposite. Democrats can't just say, oh, healthcare for all, this, because the other side is still there fighting it, right? So I'm saying you can't just be like, oh, well, they had their chance and nothing changed, like, because the other side was fighting it. But that's why you got to just slowly, inch by inch, keep pushing the line. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's why we had things like Social Security and things like that, because people just slowly push the line. You know what I mean? That's why we had Medicare. That's why we had Affordable Care Act, because you got to slowly just push the fucking line.
I get it.
That's my point. When we had the political debates, I'm saying you got to always just push a little bit, because things aren't going to change like that. We're not just all of a sudden going to be in a utopia. You know what I mean?
No,
because the other side's always going to be there. So it's like, I don't think you can just judge and say there's just nobody's trying anything, nobody's doing anything. No, I personally just don't see that. You know what I mean?
No, I dig it.
But my point is, I've said this before on this podcast. The GOP has been, it's been taken hostage by the rich people, right? It's not a real conservative party anymore. Mm-hmm. So that's the point. If a black person wanted to be conservative, as far as like fiscally, right? Like less taxes, smaller government, fine. You know, I personally don't agree with it, but I understand why someone would. But there's a difference between that and having white supremacists in your cabinet or on your staff, like Steve Bannon.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So that supporting that is just fucking ridiculous. And Kanye, like I said, he's supposed to be the people's champ. The stupid fucking thing is, I think George Bush cares about black people a hell of a lot more than Trump.
I don't.
No? Not at all. All right, that's fine.
You know, there's deep-seated racism on both ends of their families. So it doesn't, no. I don't think either one of them give a fuck about black people.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just like, you know how your perception switches, but as time goes on, I'm more and more like empathetic to George W. Bush.
Because he was just a fucking idiot who got ran over.
Yeah. I think he was just like
that's you're probably right, and that what was it Michelle Obama said during her when she was talking when you went and you seen her, and she said, I don't think there should be a line of generations of families that take over the presidency. You know what I'm saying? So you could have a point there. It could be true that
I think he was just, you know, he was surrounded. He grew up amongst the wrong people, and they kind of took advantage of his goodwill. Right. And he was like, yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that. But he doesn't really. He was in a bubble too. You know what I mean? If you grow up without seeing outside that bubble. And a lot of the career politicians, that's what happens. Right. They grow up in these political families. Dude, I read a thing that was fucking shocking. John F. Kennedy said later on he didn't know about the Great Depression, even though he lived through it. Because his family was like
that wealthy.
Yeah. So he found out about the Great Depression later. Like, what the fuck, really? Yeah. That's crazy, right? So like, I think George Bush is one of those people. George W. Bush is one of those people that just grew up. He just didn't have the right like context and perception of like where America is. And I personally don't think he had like hatred like that. I think people around him probably did have hatred. Especially Rumsfeld.
Oh, Donald Rumsfeld's a piece.
You know what I mean? So if he's surrounded by people like that, I think George Bush just kind of went with it. Yeah. But I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe he is a piece of shit.
Couldn't that be said about Trump too, though?
I think Trump is honestly like a very unique case of like growing up particularly sheltered. Okay. And narcissistic from a very young age. And I think he's a sociopath. So I think if you have all that and you're just completely sheltered with your money, right? Like, you know, he's
also a pill popping animal. right?
Yeah, that's
They say he's
probably
fucking,
true.
he's doped
Seems
up
like
all the
it.
time, right?
Yeah, but I could be sympathetic to George W. because I went to his museum and library and
Of course.
But man, I was talking so much shit there, man.
Yeah,
it was funny. But that episode will be coming soon.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, check out this guy and his brother Cole in Arlington at the Rangers game.
Yeah, that episode's not out yet, but it will be out soon.
Where would you guys? Oh, I'm sorry, the Dallas Mavericks game.
Mavericks
That's up now, uploaded.
Yeah.
Something or other tour on YouTube. You guys check that out.
That arena's fucking dope.
Thank us later.
But yeah, we went to George W. Bush's museum, and
yeah,
I sort of like it could be just the museum fucking with my perception too. But like certain things he did, I could see his rationale. Okay. Even though it was wrong, but we also have the benefit of hindsight. You know what I mean? It's easy for us to say, oh, you should have did this. You know what I mean? Just like when you watch sports and you're like, oh, why didn't you swing at that pitch? Like, it's so easy afterwards to be like, you should have did this. So like No Child Left Behind, I think it was awful for the education system. But at the time, I see what they were going for. You know what I mean? But it was totally off the mark. It was totally off the mark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think George W. didn't totally understand why or how it was going to work.
I don't think fucking Trump knows either, dude. I don't think
he doesn't know how the government works at all.
At all.
He thinks he's a king. Like he thinks he's a dictator.
I think. I mean, that's like it's great you bring up George W. because I think they're kind of both in the same pot. Neither one of them, knew what the fuck they were doing. They're in over their heads. And, they're both kind of puppets.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, everyone said Dick Cheney's the real president, and just looking at his policies, like I said, with the benefit of hindsight, it seems like that's the case. It really seems, because like George W. Bush, even after out of office, the way he conducts himself just seems so counter to his policies. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's kind of how before Trump was going on his political rants, that's kind of how he was seen by the media and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
that was after The Apprentice and shit, though, when he won back some fucking.
Well, even before that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he was always a filthy ass person during business. You know what I'm saying? As far as not holding up his end of the bargain and stuff like that. But I think, he was out there rubbing shoulders and mingling with black stars, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, he was roasted by Snoop Dogg, and you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But regardless of that, there was
that documentary said that Trump was just willing. The reason Trump kind of won back his position in pop culture, because he was a joke for a long time, was because he just accepted everything. Any interview request, any show request, he was just like, yeah, I'll do it. So I think, he would have rubbed shoulders with anyone. Yeah,
but I just don't think, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors and shit. Yeah. Regardless of that, though, there's other news of him. What was it today? Did he come out and he was talking on ABC and Friends, or what is that?
Fox and Friends.
Fox and Friends.
I didn't see this, but you saw the whole thing? I saw part of it.
I haven't seen any of it. I actually just heard word of mouth from a buddy, and I was told he shot himself in the foot real good.
I think I read a thing that said he said some things that were very bad legally.
Yeah, he pretty much, what did he do?
He thinks he's a dictator. He thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
I mean, he's fucking supposed to be fucking going to see a dictator in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Kim Jong-un or whatever.
Yeah. That's another. Oh man,
they shut down the nuclear.
Yeah. Do you want to get into that topic after this?
Not really.
Okay.
I'd rather talk about Bill Cosby than trying to pin him with 30 years.
Well, we didn't finish the Fox and Friends thing.
You stay strong, Bill.
But the funny thing about Trump with that is like he keeps saying these stupid fucking things that could get him in trouble. But there's this like people don't know. It's like, do you want to get him out? Like, if you do find a legal reason to impeach him, right? That would be after these upcoming elections, because right now they don't have the votes to impeach him. But after these upcoming elections, it's possible. But then you get Mike Pence, and you get that whole party can distance themselves from Trump. Be like, oh, that was the bad apple. We got rid of him. Right? So it's like, do you get rid of Trump? And now they might be stronger? Because I honestly think this is what's going on already. They're already trying to distance themselves. That's why Alex Jones turned on Trump. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
But he was one of Trump's biggest fucking supporters. And now all of a sudden he said he's going off on Trump.
Yeah, he fucking...
So I think they're trying to flip on Trump because they think Trump's going to be out of there.
That's his ratings also. Alex Jones is a fucking nut.
No, of course. But I think it's an agenda to flip on Trump.
Yeah.
So that they can get him out of there and secure the party, right?
The bag.
Because otherwise, if they ride with Trump,
right,
that could last, a few election cycles. The bad will from that, whatever. So I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy time.
Yeah, it is crazy time. It's fucking, but
yeah.
What are we gonna do? But live this life, walk this.
Let me just say one thing about the North Korea thing. Their nuclear testing site most likely collapsed, according to geologists. They've been trying to legitimize themselves in the eyes of the world, right?
This is conspiracy
None of this
theory.
has anything to do with Trump. No, this is just politics, geopolitical games, right? This is like...
So there's
they wanted meetings and
there...
shit. No, I'm saying North Korea has wanted to legitimize themselves because a lot of the world just doesn't.
Well, fuck, because they're cut off from all of the rest of the world. They get nothing.
So what happened was
sanctions up the ass.
China, their biggest supporter, even put sanctions on them recently.
Yes.
There's a huge famine. Their nuclear facilities, supposedly, geologists are saying they're measured, whatever the fuck they do, and they said that. This rumor came out I think close to a year ago. I had heard this the first time. But now geologists are pretty sure that their biggest nuclear facility collapsed. And it killed a couple hundred people, supposedly. That's the rumor. So now that collapsed. They're in famine. They're sanctioned.
They've been in famine.
Like crazy. Yeah, I'm saying, but it's, it's going to get worse.
Before a year ago.
No, yeah, it's been a long time. But I'm saying it's only going to get worse. So now is the time for them to play ball and act like, oh yeah, let's have some peace talks, because right now they're kind of out of options. Plus, they've always wanted to be legitimized. So if they take this, do peace talks, they can legitimize themselves and stay in power. So if they're hard-headed, keep getting cut off, that regime will topple. You know what I mean? As soon as there's a crack in the armor, that regime will topple. But if they play the game, peace talks, and then get some support, they can stay in power. My point being, Trump has nothing to do with that shit. He's going to get all the fucking credit, but he has nothing to do with that shit. He just happened to be our president.
It's crazy that I sit around and I listen to people and true facts. He probably has nothing to fucking do with anything that's going on in North Korea as far as him shutting down nuclear reactors and shit like that, or nuclear sites or whatever. Yeah. But God bless America, bro. Motherfuckers will have, I hope I never get to this fucking point in my life where motherfuckers have 100 bad things to say about me, and then if by chance there's something good that I am doing, it's made out to seem like that's not you. Mm-hmm. You ain't shit. It's just it's weird. It's just weird.
If you killed 99 children, then you helped an old lady walk across the road, I'm not going to give a fuck.
99 children. Oh my God. But, oh my God. We don't see.
No, this you didn't even let me say the rest of this shit.
Because it's a full on rant, dude. And it's just, all it is just a bashing of fucking something.
I was going to say, the one thing I like that Trump didn't back down from him. I don't like the crazy shit he said.
Look, 99 children were killed, but Obama can not have stiffer rules and regulations on pharmaceutical companies that damaged millions of families across the United States. But that's not on the forefront. That's not rolling off people's tongues when they're talking about the president we have now and the epidemic that is an ongoing fucking battle in the United States. But him and his 8 years of service is glorified. It's fucking weird to me that if you break down and you peel back the shell of damn near every fucking president that's ever ran this country is a piece of fucking shit. But none worse than this dude. It's just I
just don't agree with that.
It makes zero sense.
Because no matter who in the world is president, there's going to be criticism. There's going to be issues.
Sure, but coming from somebody like, for me personally, and I was talking to my friend about this, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me personally, for somebody who suffered damn near, half of his family to not gun violence, not, street drug violence, but pharmaceutical companies who were big lobbies for Obama. That hits home with me. That kind of makes my opinion of his whole legacy like tarnished. But
how much did he have a hand in that?
I mean, after taking over
do you know that Big Pharma donates
took over
everybody, right?
Yeah,
on both sides.
Yeah. But he as a president, when you're like we looked up before, when you have the House and the Senate, and you can make changes and you don't, and we have a country full of pill popping animals right now. Yeah. Because we're not talking about, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about right now.
I don't see how one issue cancels out the other.
It doesn't. But you said 99 kids. So if we're talking about 99 kids that Trump killed, and I bring up the fact that millions of American families are fucked because of pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, but that wasn't an Obama policy.
It wasn't. It was a Bush policy that he signed over and shit like that. But he inherited it.
But you understand
he could have done different things. That he had the House and the Senate. We know this.
And that's one of my biggest criticisms of Obama is he didn't want to overstep. Because he didn't want half the country to hate him even more. Not hate him personally, but he didn't want this one half of the country to go even fucking crazier than they already were with.
That's why that's why he didn't take away. That's why he didn't.
He was trying to compromise.
That's why he didn't set stiffer regulations on the NRA though. I can see that.
No, it was.
But pharmaceutical companies were.
No, this is the thing. Is like when they controlled everything, he was trying to be patient. He didn't want to just be like. Because you know how they would have lost their shit if he would have just started just pushing shit through. You know what I mean? They would have lost their shit. So he was trying to be patient. He didn't realize, nobody realized, the 2010 midterms were going to go the way they went. Right? So as soon as that switched, he only had both for 8 months. Something like that. So I'm saying that wasn't an Obama policy. Like that's definitely
it wasn't an Obama policy. I didn't say
that's
it was.
Definitely a criticism though. I'm not.
But no. Only because you said the 99 kids, and I'm like, whoa. Wait
that was just a metaphor for Trump. Just does all this stupid shit,
bombing places, and Syria being invaded with Russian.
I'm not literally talking about kids dying. I'm saying just.
I thought you were talking about specifically.
I'm talking about stupid. I'm just talking about you do like these awful things. And then you help one lady across the road. Now it's fine.
That's not fitting. That's not fitting for Obama being able to add regulations on pharmaceutical companies. That's not fitting for the epidemic that's going on right now.
He couldn't just do that.
He couldn't add regulations.
He couldn't just snap his fingers and there'd be regulations.
No.
That's not how it works. This is the thing too. Like you have to look at
he could have wrote a bill.
This is what
he could have had it passed. He couldn't
fix everything in the world. He's one guy.
Okay,
nobody can. Wait. Trump can't. He can't.
Right.
Nobody can.
So all I'm saying though is, at the time he had the House and the Senate, he couldn't have got a bill written up to put regulations on pharmaceutical companies.
Maybe in hindsight he could have.
That's all I was saying.
In hindsight, so but his what he was going for was healthcare, and that would have included that. Okay.
I don't think that was a part of his deal.
That was 100% part of the healthcare system he wanted to implement. 100%.
Greenbacks were gonna.
That was 100% part of the healthcare system,
to the Democratic
and that was
Party,
his focus. I mean,
it's good.
There's criticism. There's plenty of criticisms you can have.
It's good. Let's
Talk about Cosby.
Yeah, let's talk about Cosby. So have you heard?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing. I don't pay attention to Bill Cosby. He's dead to me.
He was like a father to me.
I know. He's dead to me now. It sucks.
Do you share that kind of the symbolic? He's the father with the weird sweaters, the Argyle and the fucking
For sure. I used to love the show with the magic pen. Remember the show he had on like Saturday mornings with the magic pen that made noise, like made music while he wrote?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, I love Bill Cosby.
I mean, do you I mean, is it okay? Okay, so I don't know much about what's going on with him, but I guess, he was found guilty of rape? Has to be rape, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's what he was doing. That's what he's out there doing.
But weren't they all?
In some way. I mean, maybe.
Wasn't Bob Barker fucking, when that whole, who was he talking to on late night television? And he was saying, you put sprinkle one of those things in your drink and then you take off with them. You know what I'm saying? And
who said that? Cosby?
Cosby said that to someone else.
I don't know, Johnny Carson or something. It was a long time ago,
right?
Yeah.
And they laughed it up about it. I mean, I think
because they thought it was absurd.
Fuck, dude. I think he was doing the same shit, man. I think
that's a big leap.
Dude. Hey, pardon me, but from everyone in Hollywood knowing the monster that Harvey Weinstein was, right? Mm-hmm. And sitting back and allowing him to be a monster, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was that widespread.
It was huge. Everyone knew.
No, I think everyone heard whispers, but what are you gonna do? Kick open his office with guns and be like,
no. But
that's
make the monster out to be a monster that he is, opposed to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just think, the way. Pardon me. You know what I mean? I swear, pardon me, dude. But I think the systematic racism that we talk about is alive and kicking because of things like this. I think there are numerous, allegations brought out on. Dude, who's the dude who got fired and paid a lady fucking $37 million to shut the fuck up?
I don't know. Donald Trump.
Could have been. No. He was a big personality on not CNN. Was he on Fox? I don't know. Some racist old white man. Mm-hmm. But whatever the case is, I think it's fitting to vilify a black man who, is pretty high up there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know what I mean? Jokingly I viewed him as a father figure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to vilify a black man than it is, a white man. And I mean,
I agree with that.
It just fits the scenario. Yeah. Like you just said, if that was a black dude in the Waffle House shooting and a white man, Trump would be talking about that. Yeah. But the same thing could be said for, Cosby, who's a monster. Yeah. He was doping fucking women up and taking their cookies without them, conscious. They were fucking knocked out or whatever, you know what I mean? Woke up and their butthole hurt. Yeah. And, it fits the same climate as any other high profile case of a black dude who's the center of attention on the wrong end of it. Yeah. But
I agree with that. Just a counterpoint, and I'm not saying this is what I think, it's just an idea. I think the reason it was so big with Cosby is because he was Cosby. Nobody expected it, right? Right. But he got away with that shit for decades.
I mean, his wife fucking knew about it and didn't tell anybody.
Really? I didn't hear that. Yeah. But I mean, he got away with it for decades, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, what about that? You say Harvey got away with it for a long time, but it wasn't nearly as long as Cosby. He wasn't doing it since. Nah, I don't think he wasn't even around. I don't think he's not even as old as Cosby. He's like 20 20, 30 years younger than Cosby.
He is, but Harvey was doing that shit for 30 years.
But the thing is, too,
his portfolio of women, you know what I'm saying?
This is hypothetical.
In the buck, it's a thick binder. It's not a fucking, you know what I'm saying?
This is hypothetical. But it's like, if Harvey does, treat some young lady like trash in his office, right? Comes onto her, harasses her, whatever awful situations were going on.
Raped.
The rape was the worst ones. That's what, against my point. But I'm saying the smaller ones, right?
Okay.
Because obviously he shot his shot probably numerous times.
Sure.
Until every once in a while he'd go all the way to the rape.
Sure.
So,
who knows?
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking, like, obviously he would probably have these girls.
He raped Uma Thurman.
He would have parades of women, right? That he would try to get with, do whatever with.
Right.
So many of those interactions probably just went down as they chalked it up to like, oh, that was awkward.
They took the L.
Yeah, like that was awkward. That was like, he made me uncomfortable. But so it wasn't like criminal. So I think it's easier for people to look past it. Like, oh,
it wasn't criminal because they weren't drugged.
I'm just talking about like all the in between allegations, right? That people would hear about,
the morsels.
Like, oh, you hear like Harvey was acting like a pig towards so
like Courtney Love saying, if you're invited to Harvey Weinstein's house, don't go, women, don't go.
Yeah,
this is back in the 80s.
Yeah. And it wasn't the 80s, but it was
early 90s.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But so what I'm saying is, so many of those are a little easier to look past because it's like, oh, Harvey was acting like an asshole. You know what I mean? It's easier for people to write that off when there's no like criminal shit. It's just you acting like a dick, right? But then Cosby, it seems like all these allegations, he went all the way, right? So you would think, wouldn't you want to get that out there first? Then Harvey was acting like a pig, and he got drunk and cornered me. I just
think again, you know what I mean? I think it's fitting for the black man to go down and the white man to not. I don't think anything. How? Harvey's not going to be going to jail. I thought
he was being charged with something. I could be wrong.
I don't think Harvey no. He hasn't been charged with anything. I don't think Harvey Weinstein is going to fucking see a day in jail.
I agree.
I don't think with the knowledge that we know right now, I don't think Harvey fucking even goes to court or any of this shit for it.
I thought he was. I could be wrong. But like I said, most of his allegations were him acting like an asshole. Cosby's allegations were a lot heavier, each one. I'm saying,
dude, Uma Thurman was on a special talking about Harvey Weinstein raped her. She's fucking Kill Bill. That's
you know what I'm
saying?
That's like, awful. But what I'm saying is that was one incident out of all the ones that people heard about. You know what I mean? But I agree. In this country, black people are looked at instantly as more dangerous. You
steal a candy bar, you go home. I steal a candy bar, I get. This is the. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like
2 years in prison. You know what I'm saying?
Like what's his name? Is Stephon Clark? Is that the right name? The dude from Sacramento?
Yeah. Oh, he went to jail.
No, he got killed. The one who got killed.
Oh, Stephon Clark. But his brother.
Is his brother Stephon? Well, whichever. No. But I'm saying, either way, he was running, so they automatically take him as a threat, and they gun him down. Sure. Right? Whereas, like a white guy, obviously... For the white races out there who are watching this, because I know we got a ton of those. No, but if a white person would say like, it happens to both. White guys get shot by the police too.
It does.
That's true, but it's the ratios that are off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It happens way more often, and so I agree that in this country we have an issue, even with. That's why I think there's black officers that will shoot a black man.
It's to keep because
it's in their head too that black people are more dangerous, more violent.
But it's to keep that same stigma on on white people's minds that the black man is evil.
Yeah, but, no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
But also by being passive of what white men do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I totally agree with that. I don't personally know though if that would apply to Cosby per se. At least in the Hollywood circle, let's say that. At least
I think people in the Hollywood circle knew Cosby was raping women.
They did.
You know what I'm saying?
They talked about it for years. Remember, didn't Joe Rogan say like everyone kind of knew?
Yeah,
like,
but isn't that even more? Doesn't that shine like more light on the fact that, you know, I mean, who else has gotten? Who else has gotten away with rape? Someone else has gotten away with rape.
I think it's a lot of them.
You know what I'm saying? And like, but nothing comes from it unless you're the melanin in your skin. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree with that. I agree with that. Like people still call Kobe a racist,
right?
I mean a rapist.
And here's a conspiracy theory that I brought up before we started the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was a rumor that he was going to buy NBC, and all of this came to light after he was going to try and buy a Fortune company. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who knows?
I personally don't believe
but I
that,
just,
but
you know,
it's possible.
I mean with the kind of money Cosby has, though, that's very possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had Oprah money at one point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not impossible for him.
But I've heard that same rumor for like so many celebrities that died. You know what I mean? Prince, it was the same thing. You know, like he was gonna buy his masters, whatever. So it's like
Prince didn't get his masters.
No, wasn't he trying to buy him or some shit like that?
He was, and they shut him down, so he changed his name to the symbol formerly known as Prince, which was the smartest thing he's ever done.
Either way,
they didn't make a dime on him ever again.
What I'm saying is every time like a black celebrity dies, all these conspiracy theories pop up about why. I hear it a lot. People had conspiracy theories about Whitney Houston. Like she was this like social activist figure. She wasn't.
Everybody knew
Whitney.
Bobby ruined her.
Yeah, I agree with
There's
that.
Your conspiracy theory.
But I'm saying, you know, like,
I mean,
you hear so much, it waters it down.
Yeah, right? No, but I mean, you know, you hear it, but you know, there's, I don't know. There's
who knows? Either way, Cosby. Weinstein,
systematic racism is a real thing, and you know
it is for sure.
You know, if he goes down for 30 years for raping women that he paid off, and it's public knowledge that he raped them, but he paid them off you gave him hush money, and they came out now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's a black man.
Yeah,
throw him under the prison. So that's fitting. It's fitting for black men to go to prison.
What do you think about Darren Sharper?
Monster.
It's crazy, right? Isn't that weird? Do you think it's true?
Of course. Of course
it's just fucking wild, man. It's so weird. Like, I can't wrap my head around.
How is R. Kelly still walking the streets right now?
Yeah, I don't. How? That's weird. That's weird.
He must have friends in high places that are white.
Yeah.
Because how is he walking the streets right now? I don't understand.
Didn't something just happen, though, where he's probably going to get in trouble?
I don't know.
It's crazy that he
idea.
Put out or a sex tape leaked of him with an underage girl, and still he didn't get in that much trouble.
The underage girl that he was peeing on?
Yeah.
How does that was what, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
How the fuck is he still walking the streets?
That's so weird.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you know.
It's like the thing with like him too, and like Darren Sharper. Like Darren Sharper, didn't he win? Wasn't he like on a magazine cover, like sexiest athlete, some shit like? And he was in Vegas doing it. Like you could just sit in the VIP and they come to you, my friend. Like you don't have to do anything.
Rapists aren't about that. They're about control.
Yeah, they
want to control. They don't give a fuck about getting some.
I could be having a tryst with a young lady, and if I just get a hint like, oh, she's not into it or she's not feeling it, not even like she doesn't want to do it, but she's just like, then I'm just like, I'm done. I'm like, I want to be wanted. You know what I mean? It's so weird to me. Like I could never have said. That's why like I don't think I could ever get like an escort. Cause like they don't really want to have sex with me, so I don't want to have sex with them. I want to be wanted.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you know he's fucking underneath the prison now. He's probably gonna die in there, so it really doesn't.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Someone else just went to prison. Someone else got sentenced. Meek's out. Meek's home.
Mill. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hella happy about that.
Oh yeah, he gonna come out and make some bangers.
His
got picked up from prison by the by the Philadelphia 76ers owner in a helicopter.
He definitely
He
definitely joined the Illuminati.
You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
He definitely joined the Illuminati.
No, I was critical. I've been critical of Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, the whole falsely imprisoned, high incarceration rate for minor violations, parole violations, minor crimes. They fill the prisons up with black men and minorities. I know that's all fine and dandy.
And they find any little thing to keep the ball rolling.
You know what I mean? And keep you in the system. You know what I'm saying? But my first thought about it was, damn, he got out. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So he can start printing money again for some white dude. But my thing about it is there are numerous no-name black males who are probably innocent, really innocent.
Yeah.
Not having probation violations.
Yeah.
Being around people with firearms, being around people who you're the yes men who are around to stir up shit, that are around smoking big clouds of weed in front of you, drinking lean, doing, you know what I mean? And you get a parole violation or probation violation and you get out because you know what I'm saying? You got friends in high places. You got spokesmen like T.I., you got Jay-Z, you got Rick Ross, you got people in, Robert Kraft of the New England Patriots.
That was crazy. That
coming
came
out
of nowhere
and speaking in your favor because you are already, you're in that limelight, but there are other people incarcerated right now who probably deserve to be freed before Meek Mill.
Yeah.
But Meek Mill gets freed.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I only say that because this just plays into a part where now they could be like, some idiot can say, well, look at that career criminal right there. He's out on probation. He's popping willies on four wheels, and he's a thug. Look at this thug who portrays himself to be that in his music, right? Mm-hmm. And he got out. Yeah. That can now be said about one black man who probably did not deserve that over some dude you do not know.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's my thought on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, it's almost sick to me. That, you know what I'm saying? Like that they play that card, but that's the card they play.
Yeah. Well, my counter to that would be Meek does a lot of good, right? That's the easy one. But also, releasing Meek isn't like, you're not using up resources.
You're definitely not.
So it's like Meek being free doesn't stop someone else from being freed. You know what I mean? It's not like they all shut down and be like, oh, we got to go get Meek and get him out of here. And all the judges line up. You know what I mean? Like,
right, no.
It doesn't take any resources to free someone who should be free.
I know, but somebody printing money for a white man is going to be free before a man who may be innocent. No, that's what I said first.
I
innocent.
agree with. I agree
you know what
with.
I'm saying?
I agree with that. But I wouldn't put that on Meek.
No. I'm not putting that on Meek. Yeah. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it from another end of the table.
Yeah.
And I agree that's kind of fucking weird.
I agree with that. I'm still juiced though, Meek.
I am too. No. Hey, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I've had a lot of negative things to say about Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, his album last year, Wins and Losses, is fucking incredible. I think that's his best album.
Possibly.
I've been listening to Meek for a long time. I got all the old mixtapes.
Oh, this next
Flamers mixtapes.
This next one he puts out is gonna top all charts.
I hope so.
He's gonna break the concrete.
Like, wins and losses. I listen to that shit all the time. Still, it's like I love. He shows growth too, which is dope. I think, like, because I think with the Jay-Z influence, especially because Jay-Z is like a mentor, so like his music has a lot more growth to it.
Yeah,
I think that's fucking.
I know
dope.
It's crazy that he thanked, Jay, and he thanked. I'm using white men a lot on this podcast today, but he thanked. I'm sorry, no, he thanked Jay and he thanked a whole bunch of white men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
he thanked the people at Rock Nation.
What happened? What happened with Rose? What happened with the?
He didn't thank him?
Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It was just weird to me. I'm like, damn.
Maybe he thanked the people who like
volleyed for him.
Everyone did, but maybe the people that actually like showed up to the courthouse with whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever paperwork, whatever, you know what I mean? The people that actively got that
profile lawyer in their pocket.
Yeah, like the people who actively got the fucking door open.
Right.
And maybe everyone else, maybe it was just those people because those are the people right then and there.
Right.
On that last moment got the shit done. But I don't know.
But
it was fun. The Robert Kraft shit is fucking hilarious to me.
How is that fucking?
I think he heard Dreams and Nightmares at the Super Bowl and caught the wave.
No, that's true. Hey, no, you know what though? That's it wasn't the Philadelphia Eagles fucking owner going to see him. It's.
I think he might have too though.
Really?
I think so.
Because he's a racist.
Maybe no. I'm thinking of the Sixers owner.
You don't sign a racist calling people niggers in the club and then you re-sign them the next year unless you got a little, you're in that lane. But it's weird to me.
Robert Kraft is one of those guys where, just like I said, George W. Bush. I think like
he's just jumping on a wave.
Nah, but he's just like, I feel like deep down he's a good dude.
Did you ever see the interview with him and Willie McGinnis?
Too, Nah, I don't think I did.
Dude, he views Willie McGinnis as like a son.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like he's.
I think Robert Kraft's a good dude. Some of his ideas are formed because he's in this fucking bubble.
He's
like
a blue blood.
Yeah, he's in this fucking bubble. So it's like this. We got to do this on another podcast and really deep dive on the spectrum of racism, because I think that's where George W. Bush and he is. There's white people that don't think they're racist, but they'll have racist ideas because they don't realize it. It's like inherent. You know what I mean? I think that's. I don't know if I want to say.
I don't even know if we have to
America.
dive into that. All you got to do is, shout out on this one. Go watch. What's the name of the movie? The Key and Peele movie. What's the?
Get Out.
Go watch Get Out.
I still haven't seen it, so.
It's because you're white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's because it's a horror movie. I just don't really care about horror movies, but I do. I should see it.
Horrific. It's actually like pretty meat.
I don't care about. It's not horror movies because of the horror. It's just I think they're usually. Not this one, because I've heard great things, but like most horror movies, they're just low-hanging fruit.
I'm kind of upset
like the easiest,
with you
They're
right
the
now.
easiest movies to make.
You really haven't seen Get Out?
I haven't. I'll go watch it.
You need to.
I will.
By next week.
Okay. My point is, though, racism is a spectrum, and everyone's somewhere on that. You know what I mean? So, like, a lot of white people are in the middle where they don't realize they're racist, but they'll have those inherent thoughts of, like, black men are more violent. Or they're more, you know what I mean? So I think a lot of the police who have shot unarmed black men, in their minds, they're not racist.
That's systematic racism.
Yeah,
exactly. It's implanted.
They don't realize
in their bloodline.
Yeah, they don't realize that they were taught that black men are more dangerous, and more violent,
got bigger dicks. You know what I'm saying? Beat their
totally
spouses. You know what I'm saying? I mean, fuck, you name it, bro. Hold up liquor stores.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude.
Speaking of that. I just rewatched my favorite stand-up comedy special of all time, Eddie Murphy Delirious.
That's a spinoff, huh?
It's like,
Jesus.
I know. I just wanted to say because the big dick thing, he made the jokes about the big dicks and black men having big dicks and stuff. But anyways,
I'm just living.
That shit is still so fucking good. If you've never seen Delirious, you're an idiot. Go watch Delirious. Eddie Murphy could have been an all-time.
Not before you go watch Get Out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch Get Out.
If you specifically, if you are a white male or a white woman, it would probably be in your best interest to watch that because it kind of sheds light on what to say and what not to say, or actions that you may feel aren't racist, but they are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So,
a lot of white people, because, you know, I see it because I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I see it. A lot of white people don't realize that they have this inherent prejudice in them, right? So that's why those kind of people, you gotta not give them a pass, but be a little patient and just show them, oh yeah, look, you looked at this person kind of the wrong way. I'm not calling you a racist, but what you did was definitely prejudiced. And if we can fix those little things and just slowly get the wave over, you know, to the point of, you know, stop treating people as violent criminals just because they have a certain skin color or whatever, I think we'd be much better off. Kanye, you fucking fuck.
Yeah.
You want to rejoin us here?
No, dude. I actually, yeah. That's
No, but Kanye, fucking stop, man. Fucking stop. J. Cole called you out on false prophets. Killed him on that verse. That was like, what, 2 years ago now?
I'd love to talk about J. Cole's album.
I haven't even heard it. I listened to one song. That was it.
It's different.
Yeah.
To say the least. It's not J. Cole-ish.
Yeah.
It's pretty it's almost like him. It's almost like him trying to make music, you know, in a way that sheds light on what these kids are making these days.
Yeah, I think that's the theme of it, right?
Yeah, and but it doesn't it doesn't resonate very well with me. I mean, I've listened to it twice.
Yeah.
I need to listen to it more.
To be honest, I've never been a huge J. Cole fan as far like I'm a fan of him as a person.
Right.
But his music, there's a couple songs that caught me, but otherwise.
Where are we at with time?
We're about wrapping it up here.
All right, yeah, because we're going to have to fucking head out. I just got a text. I have to go head to some business.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, we covered some racism, some Kanye acting stupid, and
well,
I think that's about it.
We'll have a deeper conversation on the next episode.
The next episode we should do something fucking fun.
We should. I thought this one was pretty fun. I thought it was
talking about racism shit isn't that fun. I mean, fun topic. We had fun.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
But a fun topic.
I dig it.
You know?
Yeah.
That it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up. You guys follow all outlets. Something or Other Tour. Check out his new sods. Humble Finessors, Instagram, Facebook, all that good shit. Like, subscribe. We'll be going live in the next episode. We've been saying that for about
6 months now, but
we're gonna use someone else's format. Maybe have an Instagrammer in here shining the light on us. You know what I'm saying, while we live stream and talk shit. Yeah. So we'll be sending out some invites to some people so they can come and enjoy with us, and we could maybe get some of you guys' feedback.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Until next time.
All right, guys. Kanye.
Peace out.
Kanye, don't you fucking dare ruin this Pusha T album.
Cosby, stay strong, brother. Stay strong, Cosby.
Do not ruin Pusha T. That's all good.